I would like to introduce Asian Raptors and activities of ARRCN. Why do we conserve raptors in Asia? Because raptors are at the top of the food chain. They are quite sensitive to changes in the ecosystem and vulnerable to pollutants in the environment. Therefore, it is widely recognized that raptors are index species reflecting the soundness of their habitats. It means protection of raptors consequently related to conservation of biodiversity and healthy ecosystem, as well as an environment indispensable for survival of humans. I would like to speak what raptors are and outline of raptors in Asia and activities of ARRCN. ARRCN, Asian Raptor Research and Conservation Network. What raptors are? I would like to introduce the characteristics of raptors and why raptor conservation is very important. According to a dictionary of birds, general sense of raptors are species that hunts and kills other animals, particularly in higher vertebrate food. It's a very simple definition. But raptors have several specific characteristics for hunting and killing other prey. It's a very common thing. But raptors have various sizes according to the size of the prey. Diurnal raptors are hawks and falcons and vultures, approximately 300 species recognized. And nocturnal raptors are owls, approximately 160 recognized. The smallest raptor is the falconet, very, very small raptor. And the largest one is the Andean condor. The wingspan is approximately 3 meters. So there are various sizes among the raptors. And they prey on various kinds of wildlife in nature. Raptors have three main characteristics: morphology and strategy of behavior in breeding, and they are top predators in the ecosystem. At first, the morphology. They have outstanding eyesight and strong legs, half feet, and armed with sharp curved talons. Their weapon is two talons and hook bill and outstanding flight abilities, and reverse sexual dimorphism. Usually, there are males and larger than the female among the birds, but raptors are different. Females usually larger than the male. They have an outstanding eyesight. This is the juvenile of mountain hawk eagle I have studied. The face is very similar to human because the eyes put on front. They have overlapping field vision, so they can measure the distance between the prey and them. And they have very strong eyesight. It is said approximately 8 times or 10 times than human. And strong legs and powerful feet are with sharp talons. This is the talon of Japanese mountain hawk eagle. It's easy to catch this guy or members. And they have a hooked bill, leaping out the prey. This is the male of Japanese mountain hawk eagle. And they have an outstanding flight ability. Of course, they must catch the prey. The second characteristic is the strategies of behavior and breeding. They are usually solo behavior and effective hunting techniques and long-time lifespan and low breeding success. According to the test in 1998, they have a long lifespan compared to the same size of other birds. For example, bald eagle approximately lifespan is about 50 years, and red-tailed hawk is 30 years. So they have long lifespan compared to the same size of other birds. And they have high mortality rates of juvenile before mature. It means most of the juvenile fledglings would die before mature. For example, the mortality of the bald eagle of the fledgling is approximately 80%, and other birds approximately 70%. It's very high mortality. But the black kite, the mortality is lower. It means the black kite does not need the high skill of hunting to prey, because they sometimes eat the dead animals. This is the juvenile of mountain hornbill in Taiwan, taken case. Why raptor conservation is important? It's highly related to the characteristics of their top predators in the ecosystem. Low densities, small population size, and they are very extremely sensitive to contamination of chemical pollutants, and they are extremely sensitive to changes in the environment. It's mentioned by San. They are top predators in the ecosystem. So originally, they have low densities and small population size. So their stance in various ecosystems stand at the top food chain, and their umbrella species and their flag species. They are extremely sensitive to contamination of chemical pollutants. It is the result in our study area and the center of Japan. The result, this figure shows that the PCB levels in the river. Raptors, including Japanese mountain hornbill, goshawk, the average is 16.4 ppm in the river. And waterfowl. My prefecture has the largest lake in Japan. So we have many waterfalls, including cormorants and egrets. The average of them 5.35 ppm, little higher than crow and rock pigeon. In Japan, crows and rock pigeon is very common in the city. They eat garbage, they're dirty, but they're very green to the PCB level. It's highly related to the position of the food chain, and also raptors have a long lifespan, so the contamination level is increasing year by year. So why raptor conservation is important? They are indicator of richness and stability of ecosystem. So, which means to maintain sustainable and stable environment for humans and wildlife, not only to conserve the raptors. And they are important indicator of biodiversity. Raptor biodiversity means an existence of useful natural resource which support human life and culture. And third, they are very important indicator of healthy environment. This means to monitor the contamination of chemical pollutants in environment. So if we lose the raptors, we cannot know the level, contamination level in the ecosystem in the nature. So next, I would like to introduce the outline of raptors in Asia. Many kinds of species and large numbers of raptors are distributed in Asia because of rich biodiversity and large number of islands. It is said 23% of diurnal raptor species inhabiting Asia related to rich nature biodiversity. So Asia is a very important area of raptors. What are raptors in Asia? It's a positive characteristic. We have many species because of rich biodiversity, we have various habitats in Asia. And second, we have many individuals, numbers of raptors because of rich natural resources. And we have many endemic species and subspecies because in Asia there are so many islands like a huge Galapagos. And fourth, we have many species inhabit the dense forest. There are so many dense rainforests. So there are so many raptors inhabit the dense forest. And plus, many species migrate between the many countries. Summarize characteristics of raptors in Asia tropical zones. We have rich natural resources. So we have abundant wildlife and rich biodiversity. It means we have many individual raptors and many species of raptors. We have many endemic species raptors in Asia. For example, Indian black eagle is only distributed in Southeast Asia. According to the Raptors of the World 2001, its green indicated the distribution area of Indian black eagles. Taiwan. Don't you have an Indian black eagle?
We have.
So many Indian black eagles distributed in Taiwan. So there are so many mistakes in the former guidebooks. So we have to check and research more and more. And many species inhabit the dense forest. You know, before a genus species, now we call genus Misaitas. 7 to 9 species, because recently 2 new species that are divided equally in genus Misaitas. So we have many different species that belong to the genus of Misaitas. It's related to the dense forest, and also we have many islands. And many species migrate between many countries. This photo taken by Azuma-san, who attended. Now, he has studied the ecology of the gray-faced buzzard in Japan for a long time. It is its breeding area is Japan and part of China and North Korea, and wintering area is here. But we know so many gray-faced buzzards breed around here, because here, Chumphon, we can see so many migration individuals of gray-faced buzzard, not only to go. According to the migrating raptors of the world, 2006, there are many important primates of raptors, but in Southeast Asia, very complicated, and we don't know overall. This is the potential and the migration routes of spring migration. We have 2 major routes, western route and eastern route, but maybe more potential routes and more potential routes between the islands, especially Philippines and Borneo and Malaysia. And this is the potential routes of migration in autumn. We have western route and eastern route. Now we are standing here. We are counting the migratory raptors. The migratory raptors need 3 major habitats. Of course, they need a good habitat for breeding, and they need very important habitat for wintering. Of course, they need the very important habitat or migrate. Most migrate raptors take prey during their trip to breeding area to wintering area. And his little son explained, so many raptors migrate from breeding area to wintering area. In the wintering area, also, they are resident raptors. So it means in winter, so many raptors live in, spend winter. It's dramatically alternation of ecosystem. So many raptors who stand at the food chain means in the wintering area, very important, so many abundant food is necessary. We have to notice why so wintering area is important. And what is known about raptors in Asia is the negative aspects. Little information about the distribution and ecology. And few raptor researchers. But now, fortunately, after establishment of ARRCN, so many young raptor researchers increasing year by year. But not so many. And so many in Indonesia, because in Indonesia we have a second symposium, so they have a long history. But in Philippines, 2 members attend, so we have to hold a symposium in the near future. And there are challenges and habitat loss due to development. And illegal poaching still remains in each country. And many endangered species we have. Although many species face endangerment, current status is not clear. We have so many endangered species of Asian raptors. It's from the threatened birds of the world, 2000. So many vultures are faced to endangerment. And also, the endemic species, for example, Java hobeaver is an endangered species because we have so many endemic species. And also, sea eagles are faced to the endangerment. And also, the raptors living in the dense forest are faced to the endangerment. What is necessary to conserve Asian raptors? First, cultivation of raptor researchers in each country through the symposium or workshop. And second, education and training the local people and the students is necessary. And cooperation with local government and NGOs. So I am very happy to see that the government in Thailand attend this workshop and support. And local people and organization involvement in the raptor conservation efforts is very important. It is necessary to do with local people and accumulation of scientific data. For example, ecology, distribution, habitat selection, and population is of course necessary. It's a basic information to conserve raptors. And protection of natural habitats. It means expanding the national parks or natural reserves. For example, in Indonesia, they accumulated the information of the distribution of Java hawk eagle, and they found some of this habitat is out of the national park. So they changed the size of the national park. And restoration of natural habitat. Establishment of corridors or big plantation of original trees is necessary in the future. Finally, I would like to explain the activities of ARRCN. Why was ARRCN established? Because raptors are umbrella species and indicators of environment changes. So it is important to conserve raptors to maintain the stability of ecosystem and the purity of ecosystem without chemical pollutants. So conservation of nature inhabited by several species of raptors means maintenance of rich biodiversity and rich natural resources of nature in Asia. The purpose of ARRCN activities: one is to exchange information concerning raptor among members, and the second, to compile data about raptors, especially about the status of raptors native to Asia. And third is to coordinate the following activities for members: research on migration, common and widespread species in Asia, and training programs, hands-on training. And fourth is to educate the public and train people. What is ARRCN? In 1999, the first symposium of Asian raptor research and conservation was held in Japan. We had two purposes. One is to exchange and accumulate the information and knowledge necessary for conservation of raptors and their habitat in Asia. Second is to seek desirable relations between the raptors and people through appreciation of the value of raptors. So next year, 1999, the ARRCN was established. And now we have 232 members of 30 countries, not only Asian countries, Australia or USA, Estonia, or some different countries. Goals of ARRCN activities. First is promote the initiative of raptor research and conservation activities in Asian countries through exchange and accumulation of information on raptor research and conservation. But they have to base on the accumulated scientific data. And second, to establish the conservation strategy of raptors in Asia. And third, raise wildlife scientists and raptor biologists in Asia. It led to conservation of raptors and their habitat in Asian countries. We have held 7 times of the symposium. We usually hold the symposium every 2 years. First was held in Japan, second in Indonesia, and third was held in Taiwan. Fourth was held in Malaysia. Fifth was held in Vietnam, and sixth was held in Mongolia, and seventh was held this year in South Korea. And next symposium, 8th symposium, will be held in India, February of 2014. This is a photo of symposium in Malaysia. And 6th symposium was held in Mongolia. It was so hot, so hot. So we needed a amount of beer. But on the other hand, this year, the 7th symposium was held in South Korea, January.
Very good.
Yeah, it was so cold. Minus 16 to 17. So Indonesian members were frozen. They never go out. It's true. Very good. Very nice food.
Very important.
This is a cultural restaurant. And we have conducted a collaborative research project to promote the research of raptors whose habitats are limited in Asia or whose distribution is spread in Asia beyond the country. Asian Raptor Migration Project, Indian Public Project, Pathhawk Project, and Garuda Project in Indonesia. In Indonesia, they are very active to conserve the Java hope eagle. They called the project is a Garuda. Garuda is a god name and national bird in Indonesia. So in Indonesia, young people are very, very active, especially ladies. Only few guys. I don't know that is. And education training. This is a photo in Kalimantan to educate the students and NPO members. And collaborative survey of migratory raptors in Southeast Asia. As I said before, last year we decided to new challenge to reveal the potential raptor migration flyways in Asia. Collaborative survey of migratory raptors in South Asia. This is a photo in Thailand last year. This picture is last month. We visited the Philippines to start the survey of collaborative research, a survey of migratory raptor next year. So as I said to you, we have two main routes of migration, western and eastern, and we are now standing here on inside. And we are now conducting the monitoring of migratory raptors day by day. This now started from Vietnam and Thailand and Chiang Mai. It started from the middle of September. And Chumphon is here, maybe this time, yeah. And Malaysia, two sites, they have been monitoring. And Indonesia, Sumatra, Lubuk Island, it's located between the Sumatra and Borneo. And this is the time table of this year's collaborative survey of migratory raptors. And next year, we will start with a new project from Mongolia to Philippines, and maybe the Sumatra and Borneo. Expect the result of the collaborative project. Breeding areas, wintering areas, and migratory flyways of migratory raptors in Southeast Asia will be identified, I hope. And necessary information concerning the habitats of migratory raptors in Southeast Asia will be compiled. And third, prevention of illegal poaching, nature conservation in collaboration with local people will be achieved through increased awareness of raptor conservation with citizens. So we have held the Samnana event to educate the local people or students during the monitoring. And finally, raptor researchers will be cultivated in each country of Southeast Asia through field surveys and workshops like this. Activity results. Initiate raptor research and conservation activities in each Asian countries. And second, network among raptor researchers and people who are working for the nature conservation. And third, Asian system for raptor research and conservation based on local people and culture. We think it's very important in Asia. Future subject we have secure members in each Asian countries. Unfortunately, in Laos, we don't have a member. And second is to promote and expand collaborative research projects, including the migratory project and other projects. And to complete the database of all Asian raptors and establish the conservation strategies. Now, we have published the field guide to migratory raptors, but next plan is to publish the field guide to residents raptor. It means we would like to publish the information of all raptors in Asia in the future, and to strengthen the relationship with other organizations of nature conservation, because to conserve the nature, it needs the many organizations related to the nature conservation and human society. Thank you very much, ARRCN and committees for providing opportunity for me to talk on Asian raptors and activities of ARRCN. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now we have 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. If anyone would like to pose a question for Dr. Toru Yamazaki, yes,